What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow. And yesterday, I decided to take a trade early before the market opened in the US. Everything was looking bullish. And what happened was that when I took my trade, the market went down actually, and the Dixie went up. And I was thinking of giving up, because and what happened was that the market went back up, okay? And then I took profit, and then I set a trading bot, which I forgot to turn off. And this morning I woke up and I'm in losses, right? And I'm in quite deep losses because this happened. What happened was that the crypto market, Ethereum flash crash from 1,682 all the way to now at 1,512. And if you look at this trend lines, guys, trend lines, you gotta respect the trend lines. Look at this. This is a trend line I drew a while back. And if you look at this crash in a 4-hour time frame, Ethereum basically fall directly on this trend line, right? So, you gotta respect the trend line sometimes, even though, and also you gotta respect the market. The market could humble you so much. So today's show is about why did the market crash, guys? And we kind of covered it yesterday, and that is actually related to the energy crisis in Europe. And what happened was that yesterday, Russia decided to shut down the Nord Stream, pipeline, and then they are saying that they're gonna shut it down indefinitely, and they will only open it if the sanctions are lifted. So that's why there was a cascading effect yesterday, and I will talk about why this affected the market, right? So if you look at this is from Bloomberg. This is live. Europe's Lehman warning on energy pumps in favor of cash aid. Equinor says 1.5 trillion of margin calls with energy trading. Hundreds of local utility in Germany are under strain, and better energy giant Jupiter may need more funds. So a lot of companies in Europe related to energy is suffering right now. So what does it mean, guys? Okay, if you look at this, okay, Russia has cut off gas supply to Europe indefinitely. Here's what you need to know. So they cut the gas supply because because of the war that's going on. So they cut down Nord Stream 1 for the whole winter, right? It's likely to do that. And if you look at this, consumer feel worse than they feel during COVID lockdowns. And then you also have a lot of energy related stuff, right? Europe energy companies need 1.5 trillion in margin calls to cover exposure to soaring gas prices. And one of the really interesting thing is that, so one of the biggest picture is because of Russia cutting the gas supply to Europe. So it means, and I've been covering this for quite some time, is that we are gonna see a very cold winter. And if the prices goes up, there is no way to kind of control inflation because, people have to pay higher energy because you gotta heat your house during the winter, right? If it's cold, you gotta need energy for all sort of stuff like the internet, right? All of this requires energy, and there is no way that, increasing interest rate or whatever could solve this unless the war is over, unless the energy supply is resumed. And one thing I do want to share this with you is that according to Charlie Bellio, right? He's like a macroeconomics guy and also an investor. He's saying that the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve has moved down to 450 million barrels, the lowest level since 1984. The 24% decline this year is already the largest ever since calendar year by year wide margin, and there's still 4 months to go. So basically what it means is that, this petrol reserve, I think, is a reserve where the U.S. can control, energy prices. And as you can see, the reserve is getting even lower and lower, which basically means that, energy is becoming more and more scarce. And this is actually quite serious, right? And also, interestingly, if you've been watching the news, Russia right now is no longer giving energy to Europe. But what they're doing is that they're now selling the energy to China. And they are no longer accepting the US dollar, but they are accepting it in renminbi. So in a geopolitical standpoint, this is actually showing you how the world is kind of divided into camps right now, right? Where you have one block, that is trying to strengthen themselves in terms of, using the renminbi. And then you have another block, which is, the US dominated economy, right? So it's really interesting to see how geopolitics is coming together and how it is affecting the market. And definitely, guys, super volatile market, guys. And does it mean it will not go up? Definitely not. There could be a chance that Ethereum could catalyst this up, but still, guys, super volatile. So anyways, I do want to share with you one thing, and that is tomorrow, Thursday. There's a ECB press conference. So this is a European Central Bank press conference, and there is talk that a 75 basis point hike move could make sense. Okay, so people are speculating that the ECB will give a jumbo rate hike tomorrow when the economy slides in recession, right? So this is coinciding with the U.S., where U.S. Jerome Powell said it's not going to be a soft landing, guys. We're going to go, have a hard crash, which we've seen. So yeah, so still a lot of more pain to go, and I do think that the pain you could really feel the pain in the winter. So that is my approach right now towards the market. And look at this. Another reason why crypto possibly dump a bit more is because bankrupt crypto fund 3AC withdraw 45 million from Curve Finance Convex, right? So basically, VL's capital, the courts are saying that you gotta liquidate your asset, you gotta pay back to your creditors. So yesterday they did a lot of liquidations. They sold a lot of stuff, and could that and also the macro cause a series of liquidations. You have a lot of liquidations. If you look at in the last 24 hours in liquidations in the crypto market, we do see a huge liquidation, right? So let us see this. Okay, see this, right? So this is the last 12 hours, right? Look at all these liquidations. The last 24 hours, 125 million Bitcoin liquidated, 106 million Ethereum loans liquidated. All of these are liquidated. So lots of people being liquidated, and as a result, that's why you do see these huge flash crash in crypto. But it seems like Ethereum is still climbing on this trend line that I drew a while back. But this is a relatively longer time frame trend line. So we'll see if it breaks, right? If it breaks, then you could go much further down. Yeah, but I'm not a chartist guy, not financial advice, but it really shows you, I drew this like a while back, really. I didn't draw it today, but it's interesting to see how it respects this. Another reason why that could cause the dump is that yesterday we had the Bellatrix update. It was successful, but then there was some hiccups, okay? So people were kind of scared about it. There was missed block rate in the last 600 slot, more than 9%. Historically, this rate has been around 0.5%, so there is a 8.5 deviance on this. So one of the reasons for this is because not like around 25% of these validators clients are not ready. They haven't updated the devices, and that is the reason why it caused this. But imagine this, guys. If this happens on Monday or Tuesday where the merge really happens, if there's some hiccups or missing blocks or this type of stuff, it will cause a huge crash, to be honest, in a sense that, or it could cause a huge rebound when they found out that it's not such a big deal. So yeah, just be careful, guys. Really volatile market, and as a smart investor, you could decide to stay in or stay out, right? But all I can say is that this downward trend is going to continue to happen as we enter winter, as the energy crisis really fully pays out. So one thing that could save the market, but not necessarily, but one thing that could maybe help the Nasdaq go slightly up, or maybe S&P 500 goes slightly up if people like it, is that today's Apple's iPhone 14 event kicks off today. And if people like the phone, maybe it'll be positive. But if people don't, the share price goes down, then it could drag the market down, because Apple is a huge portion of the S&P 500, if I remember correctly. But this will be the first live event, so interesting to see. 4 new models, okay? Apple Watch, okay, iOS 16, and then Max, okay. And I do think that if you look at this, right, this design is very universe space driven, right? I do think that could they announce something related to the metaverse, right? Could they announce something related to Web3? We do not know. Right? Why did they use a space driven thing for its announcement, right? So I am personally speculating, not financial advice. Maybe they announce something related to universe, related to space, or maybe the metaverse, right? Since they haven't been talking about the metaverse. So crypto market cap, guys. Yesterday 1 trillion, now it's at 938 billion. And then if you look at this crypto market cap in terms of stable coins, is up even though the market is down. So people are converting to stables. People are worried. Market see a red, some green. If you look at this is really interesting. Usually when the market crash, Bitcoin dominance would rocket up. It basically means that people will move the money back to Bitcoin, right? But what happened is that this didn't happen. Bitcoin dominance is still quite low, and Ethereum is kind of sideways. So to a certain extent, I think, could this be stablecoins market dominance, right? Tether kind of go up, right? USD coin, same. So I do think that one of the reasons why Bitcoin dominance didn't go up, could it be because people are holding stablecoin in anticipation for a bigger crash, for a more life-changing entry in cryptocurrency, right? So yeah, crypto market plummet, crypto investment to slow in 2022 as market matures, say KPMG. And then how Ethereum miners plan to pivot after the merge. So after the merge, they no longer can mine crypto. They gotta go to other proof of work blockchains. David Bowie, Ethereum NFT trigger Twitter backlash. So the estate is trying to issue NFTs. The community didn't like it. So let us look at this. Celsius co-founder declares that his equity is worthless in court. Court hears Archie Freeman could create a slasher in tethered class action. Ripple advisor tease more CBDC announcement in the next few weeks. So this could be related to some sort of collaboration with central banks, right? Creating the central bank digital currency. Degens borrowing ETH to get fork tokens create headache for DeFi platforms, but Aave, they decide to not allow lending or something like that during the merge. And also the rates are getting higher and higher because a lot of people are buying Ethereum hoping to get fork token to dump in the future, right? So yeah, pretty much these news, guys. So next, let us look at NFT news and see if there's any update or am I too... Yep. Pixelbolt released its own marketplace. They partnered with Wearable to build a new no-fee community marketplace that puts 16 of the collection under one roof. World of Women announced a partnership with Jadu Avas. So Avas is gonna happen. The launch is actually happening now. The mint is happening for the holders, and they will. So the mint is actually happening. So this is a project related to Michael Bay, who's the director of Transformers, right? So yeah, pretty much news like this. Okay, I don't think any big things happened today. But the Upgrader integrated GameStop NFT marketplace into that platform, which is great. So yeah, let's call it a day, guys. Be careful if you're trading. Tomorrow, guys, ECB, if 75% basis point hike, it could go both ways. If the market thinks that, 75% basis point hike, we already estimated that, then it might not cause too much problem. But if it's higher than 75% basis point hike, then we could see a possible dump. So that's it, guys. This is your host, Non-Fungible TC. If you like the content, remember to like and subscribe. Press the bell notification button if you'd like to hear me talk about things live. And remember to share to your friends if you think this content could help them explain why the crypto market crashed. Okay, this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.